So last segment, and it's right slop. You're going to really enjoy this one. Just to warn you, anybody who watches this show for news, that is not what you are going to be getting right now. You are going to be getting a teenage girl pylon of an F-boy. That is.
Excuse me. Well,
I don't know.
I'm too old to know what those words mean.
What an F-boy is.
Oh, right.
I thought you were one at one point, surely.
A what?
Anyway, before we get into that, buy Islander. You know the deal by now. It's very, very limited. So actually buy it this time. Buy it this time, and maybe I won't come for you. Anyway, so everybody remembers... Wait, who just messed with the mouse?
Okay. I didn't touch it.
There we go. So everybody remembers this lineup of chaps, right? The TikTok Democrat influencers who are trying to convince everybody Kamala Harris wasn't a horrible, horrible candidate for the United States of America, and trying to prove to people as well, look, we're young white kids, except for this guy. We're young white kids. You can vote for Kamala Harris too, because we care about women's issues. We care about women's rights. Look into the face of this man. He's not doing it just to get laid. Neither is he, because they're
true believers.
Because they're probably gay.
Oh, right.
Because they're probably gay. Everybody remembers that Robert J. O'Neill, who helped to take out Osama bin Laden, said to these people that he was going to make them his concubines. Very interesting approach to take.
That is one of them. I think this is up there. It's one of the most hilarious posts on this platform I've ever seen.
What concubine meant.
I don't think he did.
But he lent into it, thankfully, so he had a bit of fun with it. But, of course, now that this one in particular, Harry Sisson, has escaped captivity in Robert O'Neill's basement and found himself starved of female attention, he decided to speak to a load of women on TikTok, not TikTok, on Snapchat, who got in touch with him through TikTok and decided that he was going to become a little bit of a player. Now, what's the one thing that we know that leftist men are not allowed to do?
Be straight.
Yes.
I knew it. First try.
Yes. They're not allowed to be straight because he's been promoting this whole idea that I'm an ally, I love women, I love women's rights, I'll stand up for women's rights no matter what. And it turns out that he was leading on about 11 different women at the same time on his Snapchat and... and convince them that, oh, we're exclusive, or at least I don't have anybody else. Don't worry about it, bro. Anyway, send tits. And they did. And then they found out about it, and now they're very, very upset about it. Now,
so there's a couple of things to say about this.
Yes, go.
First of all, very slimy from Sisson.
Yes.
We didn't think we didn't think he had it in him.
Literally, there is a It's Always Sunny episode where Dennis is pretending to be woke so that he can get laid with college girls. That's literally what's going. He Dennised them. He Dennised them. I didn't think he had it in him either.
I also find it interesting that the women themselves only got upset about it when they found out about the others. So up until that point,
and
they're okay.
Not that surprising, is it?
I mean, what do you mean?
It's not surprising that they thought that I'm his only girl. He only has eyes for me, and then he has eyes for like 10 other women at the same time. So it's not that surprising. But
no.
Carry on.
They only made it a big problem when they found out there were other women. So they were okay with it up until that point, and then it became a problem. Now, obviously, I think the main problem is him doing this in the first place.
It is slimy. He's like a, 22-year-old boy, so this is not, sadly, unusual behaviour for a young man. I have known my own friends to do things like this, which is, I've always been like, more than anything, I've gone, like 11 women at the same time just sounds like so much work.
One is too many.
It's far too many.
You can tell we're in our late 20s, can't you?
Yeah, I'm just sick of it by now. But
bring on 30.
Having to juggle that many women at the same time just sounds like a pain in the arse. But, you know, the energy that comes with youth, right? But yeah, it is very slimy of him to lie to them. But it's important to point out, no crimes have been committed. He's not actually had sex with any of these women. He's not coerced these women into having sex with him, and it's not like he is a Harvey Weinstein type figure, right? Despite this, they're all describing themselves as victims and saying about how traumatic the experience is for him, which just makes it seem like this is basically teenage high school drama.
Of course it is.
The one kid at high school, turns out all the girls he was talking to on the side found out about each other at the same time, and just in time for prom as well. It seems like a stupid sitcom scenario that you see, but you're not victims. You all messaged him first. You got led on by him, and a lot of them were already TikTokers. A lot of them would not have messaged him if he didn't have a big platform. You know what you're getting into with a guy like this. There's a reason that right-wingers have been warning women about the male feminist for so long. It's because this is what they do. And this is nowhere near the worst thing I've ever heard a male feminist do. Mm-hmm. We'll get onto that in a few minutes. But also, look at how he led them on. Look at the chat up lines here. I'd F you raw after wine tasting. But that's just me. Apparently,
that's almost too middle class for me.
Niagara Falls after that one.
After wine tasting.
Apparently. And these girls are going on saying like, oh, I'm such a victim. Oh, I'm such a victim. I can't believe I was taken advantage of, this guy.
They all look very similar.
He does have a type. They really do. But it's led to some pretty amazing screen caps here of him in the shower. I think that's a great...
I didn't need to see that.
God damn it. Well, I certainly desire you. My favourite ones are ones like this. This is how you chat up liberal Gen Z women, apparently. Lamau, see, your opinion's the only one that mattered. I'm gonna save this and start sending it to my friends at random intervals.
Can you just repost this in response to my tweets? Give me like hype. Be like a hype man.
I'll be your hype man, bro. Don't worry, we've got the Sisson hype man coming up right now. This is my favourite one. So if you're just listening right now...
This one made me just unironically laugh. Not even laugh at him. I'm just like, fair enough.
It's so good.
But it's just so funny.
This is my... If you're just listening, right, it's him with a big smug smile on his face with the text in the middle of the Snapchat saying, God, that ass is fat. So please feel free to look at your phones right now, screenshot this and send it to a loved one, because that's going to get some good responses from them. So typically it seems that these girls are saying that they're fighting for accountability. Oh, it's so terrible. Look, we all found out at the same time. How can we make him pay for this? We weren't able to get internet TikTok fame through sending him nudes, so now we all have to gang up and we'll get internet famous through this instead, okay? They claim that that's not what they're doing. I'm sure that some of them are being sincere with it. But, I mean, again, this is all like girly high school drama that's going on. So apparently after about 6 months of commitment, he would just be like, 6 months of behavior, he'd be like, I'm not feeling it. I don't want to commit anymore. Typical kind of behavior. But really, he's just flirting with a bunch of girls.
He's not doing it in the most constructive or socially responsible way.
Or honest way. I wouldn't be approving of my friends behaving like this, but it's not like cancel-worthy behaviour outside of the fact that he's always such a male feminist. The only serious accusation of something that really does seem scummy is that supposedly, according to this girl who he's been friends with who had been friends with him for years, she is saying that he had a Discord that was set up where weird stuff was discussed, and he had a guy called Camille in it who was coaching and potentially grooming a 14-year-old boy. And Sisson apparently stuck up for this Camille guy and said that he was going to report the issue to the FBI and then immediately asked her for nudes straight after. Guy's got a one-track mind. Very, very strange. But the thing is, if you watch the video, she explains all of this, and she says she has receipts, and she keeps flashing up these sheets of paper.
I thought you were going to say something else then.
No, she keeps flashing up these sheets of paper with screenshots of text message exchanges, which are reversed, so you can't actually read them because she didn't get the image right. And then you can look here and see the receipts, okay?
Blimey, those are...
Yeah, difficult to actually... I'm going to call back in a second, may have alcohol liaising. Yeah, call me back ASAP in my non-medical opinion. I don't think this is based on your speech or responsiveness. You're concerning me. I'm okay, blah, blah, blah. Harry, are you back inside of your apartment? And it doesn't seem to actually prove anything.
No, I mean, that Harry in the contacts could be a very different Harry.
Well,
I mean, a Harry that could be in this room right now, that's throwing cover.
Yeah,
blaming another Harry.
Yeah. We Harrys, we've got an agreement, all right. But again, like, look at these. Do they know? Why is Harry not answering me? I'm losing a business partner, employee. Okay, none of this seems to actually confirm that there is grooming going on, as far as I can tell. And none of it is necessarily evidence of just, oh, here's a few messages. Okay, so, I mean, it could be true. It could be true. It might not. Obviously, either way, the guy is a scumbag. Realistically speaking, he is the sneaky effer, as Gad Sad would say. He is the guy saying, I'm an ally, I'm such a good guy. Anyway, send nudes, bro.
It's so inclusive. I'm so body positive.
The most surprising thing for people on the right was, of course, oops, don't know how I managed that, was that he's straight. This was Patrick Casey's response. What? Harry Sisson is straight? Oh my god. Some people say, I can't believe he's straight. Here's how he rizzes up girls in the gayest way imaginable. Scott Greer said, your strategy, you, beta, watching this right now, 5 days a week in the gym, daily looks maxing rituals, read red pill content on how to improve your game, and try your hardest to be alpha. Harry Sisson's successful strategy with dozens of libtard e-girls. The verdict is, you look sexy as F. Court adjourned. It's really just that easy. It's really just that easy.
Even if I were 12 years old, that would be cringe.
Apparently it works on somebody.
But it works.
It worked well enough that she saved it. She was like, that's the nicest compliment anyone's ever given me.
I guess if I looked like him, these would have worked more, apparently.
Apparently so. If you looked like a complete twink...
Why, thank you.
Maybe. Instead, you're just haggard.
That's true.
Some people, like Aidan, friend of the show, who's been a guest on it once or twice in the past, is speculating that this might actually not prove that he's straight. He might, and she wrote a dissertation on this.
What?
She wrote a little
essay. Yeah,
she wrote an essay on this. So to summarize it, she says, over time, he became upset with people making fun of him for being effeminate and gay, so he decided to try and pull this off as proof that he's not gay, and it's just backfired.
I mean, there's also another possible angle to this, that by people constantly calling him gay, he is overcompensated massively.
Or this is DNC agitprop.
That is possible.
To get the right to respect him. But I want to take a look at his own response to this, which is that there really hasn't been a response to this that he's posted on his Twitter account. Here's his pinned tweet, which is still up. America failed women tonight.
Harry Sisson has not failed women, apparently.
In fact, he's been doing great work with women for years.
He's got the numbers.
And then his most recent, when I was looking this morning, was just this. Oh, feeling good today. Let's continue to fight for democracy and stay focused on stopping Trump. He's still on that DNC grind set. It's quite Sigma. You can't stop this, man.
He has dealt with it the proper way of just ignore it, carry on, life goes on, it's nothing.
He was hitting on a load of girls at the same time. I mean, yeah, that's dishonest. It's scummy. It's nowhere near the scummiest thing that anybody's ever done.
Especially in politics.
Call me in 20 years when he has an actual sex scandal where he's like...
don't call me.
Yeah, then there might be a story here. You want to see something that's actually terrible? I just wanted to remind everybody of this.
Again.
I needed to just pop it up again because that is my favourite image to come from this whole thing. It's amazing. So something that's actually terrible, that actually does seem to be a crime, that has been going to be litigated soon, which is Destiny.
That's putting it lightly.
Scumbag, an actual awful person. Not that I'm a big fan of Harry Sisson at all. I'm not a fan of him. Not a fan of anybody in this story, actually. All of these people are awful, but still, Destiny has had a number of allegations starting earlier on this year that he had been, as we all know, he was in that open relationship with his ex-wife. He's known
Fishing for a green card.
Yeah, he's known to have slept about a lot with girls who were basically trying to sleep with him to see if they could get a hold of his audience.
Well, it's not for his body or his physique or
or
intelligence.
his personality.
His
His looks. It's for his audience. And women have actually been screenshot on Discord talking about this, saying that that's the exact reason that they did sleep with him.
I remember seeing a picture of Destiny at the beach. Now, I didn't look this up. It came up on Twitter.
It does get popped up every now and again, yeah.
And it actually led me to Google whether he had any sort of heritable diseases or something. Because I was just like...
He looks emaciated. It's a very strange body type.
It's like the body type of if you'd been locked in a basement, chained to a desk and on a computer, that is the sort of peak body type you would get.
Well, it makes sense given his streaming career. It also looks like you've taken a normal-sized baby and you've blown it up to maybe 5'3", however tall he is. It's very, very strange. Very narrow shoulders, skinny arms, disgusting abdomen. Anyway, so turns out that the allegations that have been coming out are that he, a number of times, filmed himself having sex with these women without telling them, and then had been sharing them about with other people on Discord, who have then gone on to share these videos on pornography websites.
So the first thing on its own is awful.
Yeah, disgusting,
evil. The second thing on top of that just makes it... I don't know if there's words strong enough to condemn this, really.
Yeah.
It's like one of the most malevolent and horrible things you can ever do to a woman.
And he's now claiming that he is the victim of this. So I'll just go through some of these details very quickly. So one about 25-year-old woman who goes by Pixie Love online has sued Destiny the other week for $2.15 million, claiming that he leaked videos of himself having sex with her when she was about 21 that ended up being viewed on porn sites over 70,000 times, which has left her suicidal. Another, whose online name is Cheery, the woman we saw in the tweet before, says she's filed a police report against him for sharing an intimate audio recording of her taken without her consent. So he's apparently just recording anything and everything from these women, allegedly. Pixie's lawsuit alleges that two other women, including his ex-wife, Melina Goranson, and some woman called Stasia, have also publicly alleged that he has released sexually explicit videos of them without their consent. The lawsuit by Pixie was filed in Miami federal court on February 18th under the pseudonym Jane Doe, but she has shared post online about the complaint, identifying herself as the plaintiff. She claims that Bonnell met her, Bonnell being his real name, online in 2018 when she was 19, and that she had sexual relations with him 2 years later in September 2020. She alleges he made a sex tape, then sent it to another 19-year-old called Rose, who he met on the platform Discord, and then she just started sharing it about. His response to this has been, well, listen, I didn't want these videos ending up on porn sites either, so I'm equally the victim as you are.
But by sending them to people, you've already published them online. In the law's eyes, you've already done it.
You're inviting it. So, obviously, Harry Sisson, what he's done, not good, pretty dishonest. This is actually something worth losing your career over, as far as I'm concerned. Not that I'm a Sisson fan, he's a DNC shill. Couldn't wish the worst for him. I do wish the worst for him, actually.
I was very confused. That's very...
You have infected me with your inability to speak English, you Scottish swine.
Well, the problem is that I eat a lot of pasta, and I've realised that when I eat a lot of pasta, it makes me illiterate.
Okay.
I don't know why. It just seems to happen. It's the carbs, maybe. I don't know.
That's a hell of an excuse, but I accept it.
Thank you.
Anyway, so Destiny, I'm very interested to see what comes of these lawsuits, because couldn't happen to a nicer guy.
If you would like to watch the full uncut version that is also uncensored, head on over to lotuseaters.com to find out more.